Hey y'all, it's Anna from the Backwoods Girls. I just want to talk to y'all today about my 2012 hunting season. It sucked. Just kidding. It was a tough season. I didn't hardly see a whole lot. Only saw two bucks from the stand. I didn't see a whole lot, and I feel like I'm with that crowd this year that everybody says it's been slow and tough. We started our bow season here in Georgia in September, and we actually had two places to hunt this year. One was out at the hunting club and the property here at our house. I went in the stand, and one day I didn't dress warm enough and it had gotten chilly. And here in South Georgia, yeah, 100 degrees is hot, but to me 50 degrees is cold if I don't have long sleeves on and somewhat of a lightweight jacket. So that evening I hunted one of the lock-ons back here, and I had a small 7-pointer come out. He had an uneven rack, but I didn't care. I wanted some meat in the freezer, and I really wanted to take something down with my bow this year. Two things that got me was he come in the back of the food plot, and the second thing was by the time he come out, I was already so cold I was shivering too hard to even think about picking up my bow. I just, everybody's body's different. Once I hit that shivering point and I start shaking and I just can't control it, I just have to sit there in hopes that they don't see me shaking. Another time I was able to film a doe and her yearling come out to feed in the food plot back here. They were very hesitant. It took them about 6 minutes to get into the food plot. I watched them come in and eat. Mama was really protective. There was a whole bunch of rustling going on down here to my left. I could never, I heard it and the mama doe heard it. So we're both watching and listening to what was making all the rustling in the leaves and in the bushes over here to my left. And eventually Mama makes her way down the food plot, and she is on edge. She is alert. She's stomping. She's got her ears perked up as high as she can get them, and eventually she makes her way towards the noise. And I thought that was interesting. Instead of her running away, they can tend to be more curious than they should be. So the yearling follows the mama in pursuit, and they go through the brush, and I'm watching them, and by this time I had stopped my camera. But the mama doe gets up there, and all of a sudden this bobcat jumps up out of there and scares the mama, and she blows and she takes off running, and it was just the funniest thing. It's neat how you get to witness things out in nature that you just don't think you'd ever get to see. So anyway, they eventually came back in to fed. I didn't want to take mama down, so I let them go that night. In the back food plot that we have, watched a mama doe come out and her baby, and that baby was just as wild as any little 2-year-old kid. It was hopping and jumping and skipping all over the place, and eventually that smaller buck come out to feed, and that little yearling was just all over the place, twisting and twirling. I didn't know they moved like that. And she was just putting on a show, and so that was funny to see her just happy and playing around, and she was comfortable. All three of them were comfortable, and they were eating, but I didn't have a shot on any of them. So we went out to the hunting club when rifle season come in. We were really starting to get, not desperate, but pretty antsy to put some meat in the freezer. Philip had only shot, I believe, one doe and one buck so far, and I hadn't shot anything yet. Now, of course, I'm, getting impatient, but regardless, I went to a stand that I shot my big 11-pointer out of last year. I really like that stand. Just before dark, I had 3 deer come in, and so I shot 2 of those, so I was able to put some meat in the freezer that evening. I don't want to say I've had a crappy season, but it's been a tough one. It definitely teaches you patience and makes you sometimes think about why you're really out there. I was reading in the GON magazine that come in a couple months back, and the man that wrote the article said that, sometimes sitting in the stand is just his way of slowing down in life. And that's true. You know, we're always in such a rush that, you know, it's not always about going out there and harvesting a deer or an animal. Sometimes you just got to get away from the world and all the rush and the craziness and everybody's drama. So, you know, it's good to get out there and see what God's created and given us, and just slow down and take a breath. So, as we close out the 2012 deer season, I'm staying positive, and I'm looking forward to next deer season, and we're starting to plan for next year and looking forward to good things in 2013.